something?
My keys. I don't know where I put them.
When was the last time you seen them?
On the desk, because that's where I always put my keys, but they're not on the desk right now. And Spinelli's on a stakeout, and I forgot to bring him the battery to his camera because he really needs it because his camera might die and he doesn't have the... You found my keys. Thank you.
If you don't want to go see Dr. Lee about the procedure, it's okay. Just cancel the appointment. I'm just saying that if you're not ready, or you change your mind about the whole thing, I totally understand.
No, it's not that. Once I go to Dr. Lee and I have all the tests run, I might find out that I can't get pregnant, and I don't want to get my hopes up and be disappointed or disappoint you.
Well, no. No matter what happens, I love you. That's never gonna change.
I love you. It's really nice to hear that right now.
Just don't let fear get in your way. Don't make the same mistake that I did.
I'm really afraid it's not gonna work.
Do you want me to go with you to the appointment?
Are you serious? You would actually do that? Well, I didn't think you wanted to come to the appointment. That's why I didn't ask, but having you there would be great. I mean, this way Dr. Lee can answer all of our questions together. I mean, I've read that pamphlet probably a dozen times, and there's still so many things that I don't understand. I mean, that would probably be really helpful, don't you think?
Yeah.
Besides that room, it's really cold and scary. I could hold your hand while she does the exam. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
You know what? Dr. Lee is really nice, and that room isn't that cold and scary, and I can do this exam on my own. I don't need you there with me. The thought that you asked to come is enough, and I thank you for that. I'm gonna be late, so I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for fitting me in.
Oh, not a problem. I was glad to hear you're considering the procedure.
Yeah, I just have a ton of questions, though.
I'd be concerned if you didn't. Why don't we go talk in my office?
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Reproductive reconstruction can be a very long process with no guarantees.
Okay.
That being said, many women with issues similar to yours have gone on to conceive and carry healthy babies. Once we run some tests, we can talk odds.
Look, just forget about putting a positive spin on things. If I happen to be a lousy candidate for the procedure, I want you to tell me, because there's no point in me getting caught up in endless cycles of hormone treatments and hoping for a baby that I'll never be able to have. I want you to be upfront with me and just tell me so Jason and I can deal with it and get on with our lives, you know?
Be the bearer of bad news, but that seems to be all there is regarding the Brandon Lowell murder investigation.
I thought you shut Ronnie down.
I did shut him down. I shut his line of questioning down. I got Abby out of the police station before Detective Domestico had a chance to do any real damage. But all the legal maneuvering in the world will not hide the fact that Abby has no alibi for the time of the murder. And neither does Michael. Neither do you.
The police
For that matter.
won't find any evidence connecting us to Brandon's murder.
I have no doubt about that. But they're still going to treat you as a suspect. And while that may be routine for you, Abby and Michael are far less well-versed in the art of keeping their mouths shut. So please, just tell me, Clearly, concisely. What happened? Who, hypothetically speaking, killed Brandon Lowell?
It wasn't me.
That should make my job easier. But it doesn't. Tell me there is someone who saw you the night of the murder and can vouch for your whereabouts.
Diane, I didn't really feel like being around anybody. So I got on my bike and rode up to Loganville.
I'm sorry. I am. I don't mean to be insensitive. All right, let's talk about Michael. Is there any possibility that Michael, hypothetically, murdered Brandon Lowell?
Michael didn't do it. Okay, he's got no reason to lie to me.
Yes, but he might lie if he were protecting someone else. The woman he loves, for instance.
What if...
All right, what do you know about Abby Haver?
Okay, look. Abby's been good for Michael. He's been carrying a lot of anger since he left Pentonville. He loses his temper a lot. He gets into a lot of fights, and Abby has actually helped him work through that.
Okay, how did they meet?
Sam introduced her to Michael.
Sam introduced your teenage nephew to a stripper.
Look, she's working at Vaughn's to put herself through school. Abby's had a tough life. She's just trying to make a better one for herself. That's all she's trying to do.
Yes, but you don't know anything about her, Jason.
Yeah, but I know that she helps Michael, and she's a good person.
Who has suffered for years at the hands of an abusive boyfriend. Now, Abby would not be the first woman to stand up, find the courage, and say no more to her attacker. So, it's possible that Michael and Abby are involved in this murder together, and now they are covering for each other. It's a worst-case scenario, Jason, but it's one we have to consider.
When you look at...
You need to tell me everything you know about Brandon Lowell's death.
I've already been through this.
I'm not here as a cop, Jason. Things are about to get real ugly for Michael.
What happened?
A bystander came forward with cell phone video footage of Michael in an alley off 3rd Street with what looks to be a gun pointed at Brandon. Okay, then you show up, pull his arm down, and then the video cuts out. I'm hoping what happens next is you take the gun off of Michael and tell him to get the hell out
Okay,
of
who
there.
has seen this video?
Okay, it's too late to call Spinelli. Okay, Ronnie's seen the footage. This investigation is moving forward. You need to tell me how Brandon died. If Michael did it, we're running out of time to help him.
What's wrong? I had a consult with Dr. Lee.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, when I suggested you give Jason a baby, I really thought it was possible. Sam, I did. Oh, God, I feel awful. I do. I feel awful because I pushed you, and you had finally come to terms with never being able to have children, and now I opened up all those bad feelings again. I'm sorry.
Michael didn't kill Brandon.
Is that a confession? Jason, I can't protect my brother unless I know what really happened. All I have to go on right now is his word.
Okay, Michael's telling the truth.
Yeah, I want to believe that, but this evidence is pretty damning, okay? Michael is seen holding Brandon at gunpoint. This guy turns up dead 2 hours later with 2 bullets in his head. Okay, the DA won't have to lift a finger. Just the fact that Michael was seen with a gun in his hand is enough to revoke his parole. I need to know what happened after that video
I told
footage
Brandon
cuts
to
out.
go, and I brought Michael back here. I tore into him for even pulling a gun on somebody.
If there's any chance Michael took off after to look for Brandon and found him outside Vaughn's and killed him.
Michael's not going to be convicted for Brandon's murder. He's not going back to prison.
I get that you want to take the fall for Michael, but it may already be too late.